Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. In today's video, we are going to do a May garden tour. I'm going to start in my front yard and look at my backdrop, you guys. Look how gorgeous this is. I have the brand new cashmere pink Superbena behind me. I had a bug just land on my glasses. And the Mini Vista white. It is so pretty. I'm so excited to share this with you. But before I do that, please make sure you like, share, and subscribe to my channel. If you like all these gorgeous blooms, make sure you like and share, and then that way you'll get the notifications. It is free to subscribe, so don't be scared of that. And let me turn the camera around and show you all my gorgeous blooms. Here it is from a distance. Look how showy it is. So make sure you plant lots and lots of mass. That way it will be really showy and really pretty. I have 10 of the white Supertunias in this one location. And look, you guys, the new Superbena Cashmere Pink is a little workhorse. It is absolute gorgeous. So I think I have maybe 2 plants right there on the corner. And then I just wanted to do nothing but white and this real light pink because I thought it was really elegant. And I still wanted to show off my boxwoods in the back. And I think that it has achieved that. And for me, it just screams elegance. What do you guys think? Would you do all white in your gardens? This is the first time for me doing all white. Usually I like to change it up, but I think it's very pretty. I'm so glad that I stuck to my gun and chose to do this. Now for all of my pops of colors, I chose to do in my planters the Jazzberry, Supertunia Vista Jazzberry, which is this real pink right here, magenta pink, and then the new Hoopla Vivid Orchid. I love it. Looks like I need to come and water my planters a little bit. They're a little bit droopy. I just noticed that. It's been really hot, like in the 90s. So these plants are just really feeling the stress. Everything's on drip, but you know, you guys, it's so hot. It needs to recover a little bit. And then up front, I have the dwarf potato vine right here. And then the coleus that takes the sun. I had to get my tags out because I couldn't remember some of this, but this potato vine is the Marguerite Dwarf Sweet Potato Vine right here. And then I've already told you about the Jazzberry, Supertunia Vista Jazzberry. And then the coleus that I have right here is the Nuuly Noir Color Blaze. So this does take sun or shade. So you guys, I think it's so exciting that we have coleus that we can put into the sun, and we don't always have to put that into the shade. And then of course, coming over here, like I said, we have the Superbena Pink Cashmere, and this one's brand new this year. Look how pretty. It's just gorgeous. And it's got a good size bloom on it. Look, really love it. I think it's just gorgeous. And then right here in the middle, I have the angel wings. I just love how soft and velvety this feels. Kind of feels like lamb's ear. It's a little bit droopy, so I need to come in and give it a little bit of extra water. And then sometimes it does take a little bit of extra care too. Like I need to come in and just take some of these leaves off that aren't looking so great. But I think it needs to be watered more than it does anything. Maybe it requires a little bit more water. It's my first time with this plant. You can also bring this plant inside. I don't think it's going to winter over really well. So if I want to keep this plant for next year because they're so hard to find, then I might want to bring it in and use it as a house plant. And then you can see the Sprinter boxwoods that I have as a hedge back here. And then I also have some topiary boxwoods that need to be pruned up. And then the Japanese maple needs to be pruned up a little bit too. just not had a lot of time, you guys, to get out here and do things. So I'm going to kind of tell you like what I need to do, and then in each garden we'll come back and like do our little garden chores, and then I'll bring you along with that. So like I said, we've just pruned these sprinter boxwoods up not too long ago. This needs to be pruned up so it looks more like a chokeberry. And then I did prune this Japanese maple early on in the season, but I can prune it back again. So I don't really want it to like encroach on my boxwood right here. So this side looks good, and this side needs a little bit of work, as you can see. And then this hasn't bloomed out yet, but it's got lots and lots of buds, and you guys already have the Japanese beetles, and it looks like something's already starting to nibble on this. I'm gonna have to like go ahead and be proactive about that, either pick them off and put it in soapy water or spray. You know, we all hate to spray. And I know every time you even mention it, there's like nasty comments that people say about it, but you gotta still keep your gardens looking good. You just can't let something come in and just decimate your whole entire plant. So this is a hardy hibiscus. And then I have the Lady of the Lake climbing rose up there. She's already bloomed, and I need to get up there and deadhead a little bit so I can get my second flush of blooms. She's a rebloomer. Grass looks really good. My husband just mowed yesterday, so it looks thick and lush and green and beautiful. And then let's come over here to the side and look at these containers. I probably just need to do nothing but a container video because I have so many. We have the Orchid Vivid, more potato vine, and then we have a King Tut right here, and then the pink Angelona that looks kind of like a snapdragon. I love this plant. I need to do more of it next year. And it just pairs so pretty with the jazzberry and the vivid orchid. What do you guys think? Isn't it beautiful? Looks so, so pretty. It kind of brings out, you know, the dark calyces that's inside here. This dark kind of correlates with these. I believe it does anyways. Always throw you some throw pillows onto your rocking chairs, or have some real pretty wreaths on your windows. That always gives you a big pop of color. All right, and this desperately needs a haircut as well, so we need to come back and prune this up so it looks more like a topiary too. I have cat's pajamas down here that I have some real pretty calyces that have some pretty blooms on it, like is this one, but then you come down here and then I have some that are already starting to die off. Now you can like flush, you can completely cut this back and you'll have a second flush on your cat's pajamas, Nepeta. And then you guys, I'm not perfect, look. So last year I did white and a different color. This year I decided to do the orchid blush and the purple, which I really, really like, but then I ran out and I thought blush was blush. No, blush is not blush. So this is the orchid blush and this is the pink blush, and I really wanted them to match. So what I really wanted to do is like have it like veiled over, to have the blush, 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 and then go all the way down here. So I thought I could live with this, but I cannot, you guys. So this pink blush is going to be pulled up and we're going to insert it somewhere else. And then I need to find some more of the orchid blush to put down here, and I'll repurpose these. I have some caladiums, Gomphrena, and I can live with this. So this is the purple, and this is purple, but it doesn't matchy exactly perfect, but it still looks good enough that I could live with this swoop right here. So do you see what I mean? It's just a little off. Girls want to be in the video? Come here, see me. Come here. Come here. Yeah, how you been? Sasha misses you. Yeah. Sasha misses you. Yes, she does. Where are you going? Where are you going? All right, so this is what it looks like from afar. And I'm just kind of backing up. And then I'm going to be right on my sidewalk. We don't have a very big front yard. Most people, when they come here, they think my yard looks a lot bigger or my gardens look a lot bigger than what they are. But very showy, very beautiful. I love it. As long as you love your gardens, right? All right, let's come on over to the west side. This was brand new last year. Can you believe that this garden was brand new last year? The only thing that I had last year were these standard limelight trees, and I had one of the climbing rose, and that's all that I had. So this limelight standard tree has not bloomed out yet, but it's about to. Last year it was gorgeous. I have some more of the white mini vistas here. Still have some of the old foliage from the daffodils. Like, I'm so over that. I wish it just can be gone. I have some more pink cashmere over here. And then I have some proven winners. Coneflowers. Isn't that pretty? That was the raspberry beret or something like that. And this is a sun hosta. Have you ever guys heard of sun hostas? I didn't even know that they existed until I saw them last year. And then the serendipities right here are about ready to put on some buds and bloom out for me. And I have 3 of those. Some of it's gone out of bloom. Let me show you what these Japanese beetles look like, you guys. Like, I sprayed this too with, look how nasty that is. I sprayed this with the Fertilume Shrub Drench, which is supposed to keep these things off. I don't know how many, like, I don't know. Like, that is just gross to me. And look how bad they're just eating it. So I'm gonna have to come back and just take this whole bud off and just dip it into some kind of soapy water, I guess. Look. I just saw them this past week. And I put out the milky spores. I put out other stuff for my grass for these Japanese beetles, and I still have them. I was so hoping that Fertilume Shrub Drench would really, really work. I feel like you just almost have to be out in your garden every single day to look and like battle all the things that happen into your garden, and it's so hard to keep up with. I have the Playing the Blues salvia that came back from last year, and look, this one's like fell over or something, so it's really droopy. Look, just noticed this too. So yeah, I'm showing you the good, bad, and ugly here, guys, in the garden. Like I said, these came back last year. And they look good. The bees love these. They loved them last year. I just planted those from my container just recently. That's the osteospermum. It goes out of bloom in the spring and then comes back in the fall. The Tough Stuff Aha hydrangea looks really pretty over here. It's got more of the blue purples, and I love that it has so many colors on it too. It's even got like some of the pink. I've got 2 of these right here. And then I'm gonna have some daylilies about ready to pop out. Those are so much bigger than they were last year, so pretty excited about that. And then my last garden tour, my honeysuckle had so much aphids on it. I don't know if you guys remember that. I don't know if I feel like I need to cut this back. Do you guys cut it back? I didn't cut it back this year, but I don't know. Let me know, because I am a pretty still new gardener, and some of the things I just don't have experience with, and this honeysuckle I do not have experience with, but there's one of the blooms. We put new sod right here, so I've been trying to water that on a daily basis until it gets established. It will not get established till probably about 2 or 3 weeks. And this is some of the oregano that I planted from my seed. Very happy about that. Some of the snapdragons that I grew from seed are blooming. Look how pretty. My buddleia butterfly bushes are about ready to start blooming. More hardy hibiscus. This is lilacs. I got 3 of those. And yes, those Japanese beetles like that too. I see a friend. You guys, do you see a friend? I don't want to scare it off. Look. Hello there. What you doing up there? Huh? What you doing? It thinks it's got a good hiding place, and it really does. If I wasn't doing a tour, I wouldn't have seen it. Some more coneflowers. This is the melon from Proven Winners. All looks really full and lush. It's not perfect by any means. I got some more jazzberry mixed in with the cashmere pink. These 2 plants look really pretty together. If you did nothing in a container but this cashmere pink and the jazzberry, it'd be really, really pretty. And a potato vine, that's all you would have to do. Oh, I gotta show you the ruby slippers hydrangea. Look at this beauty. Look at the blooms on that. That was the first year in the garden, and it's a dwarf one if you're looking for a dwarf hydrangea. It's kind of still looks like a panicle, but it's the mountain hydrangea. Am I saying that right, you guys? I worked all day and I'm pretty tired. I'm sorry. But more salvia, more buddleia bushes. They haven't quite bloomed out. They're trying to start with blooms. I hear bumblebees on the Tough Stuff hydrangea. And I got foxglove that's already kind of gone out of bloom. Liantris, I think that's how you say it, is about ready to be in bloom. Still more foliage that I have to battle with until it completely dies back. Guess I'll be glad when it's all gone. And then right here, I have the Munstead Wood David Austin rose that I've been trying to keep it staked up. This was my candy tuft that was in my blue container that I repurposed, so I need to like cut that all the way back, at least in half, so it'll look better and it will flush out back next year. I got more of the allium, the serendipity. I've got 4 of the Munstead Wood roses in here. And yes, here's one that's in bloom right here, you guys. I'm surprised the Japanese beetles aren't all over it. But look how pretty this rose is. This is the deepest, reddest rose that I have. But to me, it doesn't look super red. It still looks to me like a dark pink. Very pretty. This bumblebee, I don't know if it's asleep. It looks like it's sleeping. Russian sage. This one is called Denim and Lace Russian Sage. Denim and Lace? No. That doesn't sound right. That's the Proven Winner one. This one was a different variety. I'll have to throw it up on the screen for you guys. It's not Denim and Lace. Denim and Lace didn't do very good in my zone for whatever reason. I know Laura really liked that plant, but it did not do good for me. This clematis is going out of bloom. I don't even really have any pretty blooms to show you. There's one about ready to come out right there, but it was a real pretty white. And then I got another clematis growing up here on this real pretty obelisk. Back up a little bit for you. This clematis looks more like a tulip bloom, and it looks like a hot pink, dark red. That's really pretty too. I think it complements the Munstead wood really pretty as well. My winter Daphne's out of bloom. Let's come up here and look a little bit. I have another clematis growing right here. I need to kind of come up here and help train it up a little bit more before it gets attached to everything else. Just kind of wiggle it around the trellis like so. I have more down here that could come up too. Well, I'll work on that later. All right, you guys, so this is the west side garden. All right, this is the other side of the cottage garden. We don't get to see this side very much. Just want to kind of give you like a little glimpse of this with the tea olives. I have some amaryllis blooming. Dwarf junipers look good. Have a couple of daylilies down here. They only last one day. I'd say probably in the next couple of days these are going to be really pretty. This is the other side. Most of these are my little seedlings that I've grown. Spurge looks really pretty. I have delphinium in here. I have some foxglove that I planted that I grew from seed. Some of it probably needs to be watered. We either get too much rain or not enough. This is the pineapple lily. Excited to see that bloom. I have some lemon coral sedum growing in a pot. Some agastache. Some pink salvia that I grew from seed. Looks like it's getting ate up on. Baptisia that's gone out of bloom. It was just gorgeous the other day. Let's just take a stroll down here on this side. This one gets a little bit more yellow than this one. It's two different types of juniper. Magnolia tree, that's the little gem. This right here is the variegated Rose of Sharon that's pink, really pretty. It's grown a lot. This is going to be my puffer fish. First time to see that in bloom because the deer got it last year. You can see my invisible fence here. I'm trying to keep the deer out. Rose of Sharon down here looks really, really pretty on this side. That's the blue. Bees love this too. I have three or four different colors. I have a magenta, the blue, a lilac. You can see the bees over here going in and out of the blooms. Oh, there you go. I just love it. Got lots of buds over here on this Rose of Sharon. This one's been in for at least in the ground for 4 years, and look guys, it's bigger than me. It's massive. You just back up. Super massive. I have some dahlias that have already bloomed. These are one of the first ones that bloomed from a tuber. Look how pretty. This one's really tall. It's standing up pretty good by itself though. My clematis needs to be cut back. It's looking sad. It's already out of bloom. But I do notice that if I cut this back all the way to 18 inches, it will come back again. And it will give me blooms, but maybe not as much as the first one, but still a really good flush of the second bloom. This is the Temple of Bloom here. It's gonna be a small tree. More dahlias in there. I have some of the banana daylilies blooming right now. More Nepeta. That's what this side looks like. Hardly ever really see this side of the garden that much. Bird feeders. This is a Nellie Stevens tree, pruned up as a topiary. You can see all my dahlias in the grow bag. This is the Savannah garden bed. I've got dahlias, celosia, cress, all kinds of stuff, and a lot of those are from just seeding from last year. Look, you guys, like for example, look at this. You know that this was from last year. This was not me. Isn't it funny? And this is the bed that my husband Paul made for me. It's made out of cedar. Got some sunflowers. Oops. And I don't even remember what I put in here, you guys. I'm gonna have to go back and look. We'll do another little tour on all these. Most of it I grew from seed. Some are new volunteers from last year. This is part of the hydrangea garden. Isn't that a pretty view? Don't you like that? That is gorgeous. All right, and this is part of my English garden. This is more formal looking. I have different roses, David Austin roses in each section. This one is Eustasia Ave. And they've already had their first flush, you guys. And then I didn't have it for very long. I'll throw pictures up of when it was gorgeous with the first flush. And then all the rain. We had so much rain. Alliums are going out of bloom, but they still look pretty and have a lot of interest. I think I'm gonna like save these and dry these this year and put them in my Christmas tree. I could spray them if I wanted. Yoshio cherry trees really put on some growth this year. And that's a holly, an Oakland holly. I actually left my pruners over here just to kind of show you. I was out pruning, deadheading a little bit of it earlier before my garden tour. So you want to come out and deadhead, and when you deadhead, the more you deadhead, the more blooms you're going to get. But you want to come back until you see a set of 5 leaves, and you want it to go out this way, not in. So this would be a perfect place to cut it right here. And it doesn't matter if you do it straight across or at an angle. I just wanted to show you guys how to deadhead. You can even take it down further if you want to Like this cane right here, if you didn't want the really long cane, you could take it down even more. This is fresh growth right here. This is where you're gonna have new blooms. So like this one right here, it's all completely finished. We wanna come down to a set of 5 leaves and cut right above it. Just like so. Eustacia Ave. I have the phenomenal lavender here in the pots. If you ask me one thing that you really stink at growing, I would tell you my lavender for whatever reason. The one plant that I would love to have more of. And then this one is Gabrielle Oak. She's a real hot pink too, bloom. Got lots and lots of new flush coming out on this one, new growth, but that's what the hot pink rose looks like right there. This one has a really good fragrance to it. So I'm in the fire pit area right now. And then this one over here is called Boscabelle. She has a real pretty variety of color on her. Look at this right there. And the sun's about ready to kind of go down, like, I don't know if you can tell. And look at these nasty little creatures. Look how much it's tore the rose up, you guys. Like I said, I put the drench on there too. Very disappointed. Another lavender. And then this one right here is called Alexandra of Kent. So I have some spent blooms on this one that need to come off. Look at this. I still see more beetles in there. This is how pretty this rose is. Its first flush, the roses were as big as my hand. They were so pretty. And this is the English garden, my David Austin English rose garden from a distance. The Galloway urn down there. So these angel wings just are not loving this heat. I kind of feel bad for them. I'm gonna have to come and give it some more water. I don't actually have this on drip yet. I need to put more drip to it. But I have some verbena in here, spurge, super bells. I think this was the grape punch. I have some Dicandra Falls. And I'll have to throw up the name of this, you guys, because I don't remember. I thought this was called Vinca vine. It needs to be watered. This side of the garden I'm super happy with this year because I always could never get the ground cover to look awesome. And I'm pretty happy with it. The Roxanne geranium looks really, really pretty. These are the little limelight hydrangeas and they're coming out with new buds. So they'll be blooming probably sometime in June or July. I have the emerald green arborvitaes behind them. They're doing really good. Another little magnolia, little gem magnolia. And I actually love how these hardy geraniums are just kind of popping up in between these limelights here. Look, isn't that pretty? How they're just kind of mingling up into the hydrangeas. And then of course you can see some of the bottom cover down here. And then I have the Bordeaux, the Proven Winners Bordeaux. I think I have a whole flat of Proven Winners Bordeaux, and then Lemon Coral Sedum. This is Miss Grace. This sedum right here is really pretty. I think that would be pretty all the way down underneath too. I think that would look really good. I might add some of that next year. This Bordeaux's not very happy. Need to come back with some plant food. I have some salvia in here that looks really good. Do you remember last year when I said the deer came and ate this whole like hedge right here? And I'm actually thinking, should I just come and snip off some so they'll rebloom again and have that pretty pink in the fall? So my fencing, my invisible fence has worked some, but it hasn't worked completely because you can see something still come up here and ate on this a little bit. My daisies are doing gorgeous right now. They are beautiful. Peonies are out of bloom. More Bordeaux. And then this sedum is starting to bloom. I have another butterfly bush. Crepe myrtles are out of bloom right now. They look awesome. These containers are doing really pretty with the verbena in here, and these colors of the super bells are so pretty. And I forgot what the names of them are. I think this was a raspberry. I don't see, my tags are in here somewhere. Oh, here they are. So the super bells, cherry star, and the super Bena raspberry are the two colors in here, with a spike, of course. Them back. I have drip on these, so they get drip. I don't have to worry about watering them right now. So I'm going to take you to the skinny side garden because I think my air conditioner just kicked off. Because when it's hot, it's just going to kick on and be really noisy. This is my climbing yellow rose from David Austin. I think it was called the Pilgrim. Pretty. It's just now starting to put on some growth. This one put on a lot of growth and this one has not. And then I have some geraniums here. That pretty hot pink color. This container is really doing pretty with the corabells, apple blossom, geranium, St. John's wort. I had no idea that St. John's wort even like bloomed, you guys. That was new for me. And then I have a fern, and then the Hinoki cypress right there in the middle. Looks so pretty. Yeah, I still can hear the air conditioner a little bit. So this is the coral bark Japanese maple that we just planted not too long ago in a container. I have some coneflower back there. And this is everything that I did from seed, you guys. So all of these seed came from Florette Flowers. And this is her dahlias. I had some really pretty ones blooming the other day. Where did they go? It's like they just disappeared. It's a bummer. And then the zinnias look really pretty. Look at all the different colors of zinnias. The colors just match so well. And then celosia. Isn't it pretty? And this is Gaillardia, which looks more like a weed to me. Not sure if I'll do this one again. I need to come and stake it. It's kind of coming over into the sidewalk here. I thought these would be really pretty as kind of like a filler flower. I'm not sure. This celosia is so pretty, you guys. Look at this. Isn't it lovely? So we need to come and pick us a bouquet, huh? Look, I'm already getting some powdery mildew though. I heard that you can pull the bottom leaves off and that helps it. This corbel looks lovely and happy. My eucalyptus looks good. I grew this from seed, but it is starting to get a little bit of some kind of spots on there. I don't know if it's normal, if that's like a black spot or rust. I don't know. Lisianthus that I grew from seed. First time for that. This lungwort, the pinkablu, is like reseeding or just didn't get all the roots up from before, and it's coming back up with a vengeance. And I had to give some away. I have some alyssum, the purple alyssum that I grew from seed. We have boxwoods over here, camellia, and then I just repeated the whole thing. Celosia, zinnias, dahlias, a little bit more eucalyptus, delphiniums, and this red bud's doing really good this year. So this is the skinny side garden, you guys. So I still get enough sun for all this to still have pretty blooms on it. And they said here in the South, for even dahlias, that if it's really hot, to give it some afternoon shade. And I think they're going to do really, really good over here. Corbels is trying to bloom. Now it's nice and quiet. All right, let's go to the cottage garden. Our sunsets are so pretty here. I just did a tour on this not too long ago, so I'm just going to kind of give you an overview. And then we'll come back and we'll do all the flowers in the containers if you've not watched me plant them up, or you can go back and watch my prior videos where I planted them up and I have all the plant tags. Ugh. It's so aggravating. All right, so Japanese beetles love the millionaire too, look. They're just, it just makes me unhappy. I love my blooms. I have Walker's Low here. White Gara. I have some lantana back here that's in a tree form. I was really excited about that one. It's not really taken off. These cantaloupe coneflowers look so pretty. Like, I love the layering right here with the Walker's Low, the Gara, and then these cantaloupe double blooms of the cantaloupe coneflowers. Isn't it pretty? I have some spirea back there. I have 3 planters that look the same here. And if I don't get this sprayed, I'm not gonna have any blooms whatsoever. Look. I'm almost disgusted, you guys. You don't hear me be very negative very often. And some lavender, lilac that's gone out of bloom. Lots of stuff here that takes some shade that are underneath these cryptomeria trees now. Some astilbe. Just so dark, kind of looks mixed in with my mulch. The blooms are really pretty. All of these were volunteers from seeds from last year that were in these pots. All right, garden friends, I hope this was inspirational. I am sorry that I'm so disgusted over these Japanese beetles. They're just a nasty little creature. Where do they come from? Why are they useful? Can you tell me, why are they useful? I think my favorite part of the garden was the very front garden with the cashmere pink Superbena and then my white mini vistas. So I think that's my favorite right now. Things are looking kind of like a little sad because it was really, really hot today, even though I have everything on drip. Can you imagine if I didn't have drip, what the garden would look like and how much I would have to water? So I do love my drip. I think it's one of the secrets to my garden. Good soil, good plants, and a good watering system is a must for our zone here in Zone 8, Charlotte, North Carolina. So anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Like I said, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Please, please, please. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.